everybody. How do I move on with this thing? Clicker. Yeah. Which one? That one. Okay, cool. Right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for funding us last year. For those who haven't been here before, what we do, just a quick recap, is that we work with people in food poverty and we teach them to cook and eat better for £1 a portion. We teach them restaurant quality food and they are very proud of what they do and it changes their lives. So what we came and asked you for last year was some funding for our first branch. We had developed the program in Hackney. We had, I think by that time, run about 20 courses, I suppose, something like that, and we wanted to see if we could get other people to do it. Basically, it was a program that I always designed to scale. I believe it is the most innovative and the most effective cooking program in the country, if not the world, quite possibly the world. I had someone from Germany contact me today, saying there's nothing like it there. And so, yeah, we're basically looking to scale. So we opened our first branch in Islington with your money. You funded 3 courses there. Most of our branches have capacity for 6 courses a year. So you funded half a year of work there. And on the right-hand side, that was our very first lesson. It was a bit smaller than we would normally have, but everything technically, because what we do is actually technically quite complex, and that was what I was worried about, went without a hitch, so we're quite pleased with that. And the guy on the left, unfortunately I can't show the video because I did interview him, his name is Munir. So I thought I'd show you a few photos of what you funded and tell you a little bit about some of the people that came. So Munir is disabled, he walks with a stick, and he's unemployed, and he has a wife who works very long hours, I think 12 hours a day or something like that. She works really long hours and supports the family. He can't cook, and they've got 4 children, and so they eat takeaways a lot. And his wife encouraged him to come, and well, I've got what Justin wrote here, so I'll read this because he's the best. Justin's the guy that headed up this branch. Munir hadn't done any cooking before attending the course, and he surprised himself that he was able to successfully make our recipes in the class and repeat them at home. This made him enthusiastic to attend each class, and by the end of the course he was confidently shopping and cooking for the family. So not only were they saving a lot of money, but the children were enjoying healthier home-cooked food. Now I met him that very first day. I went to the first lesson and I interviewed him, and he was really pleased. Right, and then the class has got a bit bigger after this. This is course number 2 or 3, I can't remember, but they were similar size for both courses. The guy on the right, as you're looking at it, his name's Robert. Now Robert I picked Robert because I thought he's a really good example of the kind of person we work with. In London, about half the people we work with are single, and they're often really disaffected. So Robert, we found in the job centre. We went down to the job centre and basically stand there with a poster and say, you know, want to come on a free budget cooking course, basically. He really, you know, he's one of those people that's probably written 500 job applications because he has to, and he has had a no for everything. So he was really disaffected. A lot of people that we work with don't believe there's anything that can help them. They've tried, they've failed so many times, they've pretty much given up. So Justin met him in Highgate Job Centre, and he'd been unemployed for 13 years. Justin said he was very surprised when he showed up at the class the next day, but he did, and he bought a bag of ingredients which he took to his sister's home and cooked it. So quite a few of our students may not necessarily have cooking facilities, but they will go elsewhere, often to family members, and cook there. And that's great for us because obviously they're teaching someone else as well. And then he came to basically all the classes and did fantastically well. So that's my bell. I better move on to the next bit of our presentation. So yeah, that's your money did real things, but what it's gone on to do is much more interesting. So this is Hackney here, the big bags of taste is Hackney. Okay, so we did the pilot in 2014, and in September 2016 I came and spoke to you guys, and you funded Islington. Islington this year will run 6 courses. After Islington, we opened City of London. That was commissioned by City Public Health, and we opened Southwark. which went on to run another couple of courses, will have run a couple of courses by the end of this year. We're opening Waltham Forest in a month, and Hastings sometime towards the middle of November, I think, which I'll talk about a bit more. But you can see what we're expecting to do in 2018. And that's from some courses run by Bags of Tate Hackney. Thanks to your funding, really, because we really needed to test out the model. We needed to know if it worked before we could go on and grow like this. Obviously, we'll still be looking for funding because there's a lot of stuff to fund now. But we know it works. We know that other people can replicate it. And we also know, actually, because we've done quite a lot of evaluation, and I don't know if you will see the detailed impact report that I've submitted, but we can see that the results are consistent in terms of what the outcomes we're getting are consistent across all the branches. So, yeah. Oh, and the bottom bit, I should just finish just there in the bottom left. Right, sorry. Social franchising. We are going to work with our very first social franchisee. I have a meeting with them in 2 weeks, but their board have approved to work with us. And they're planning to open first of all in Newham and then probably Tower Hamlets afterwards. That's a really interesting model for us because we just sell our IP, they pay us a fee, they do all the fundraising for their own projects, marvellous, and hopefully, you know, we can get loads of these people, but we're just testing at the moment. We've got one social franchisee, let's just check the contract works, and that it works, and then, you know, hopefully, sky's the limit. Thank you very much.